Hello everyone, my name is Sahl Garibay, and today we're going to be taking a look at the circuit I made for the project. So the title of the project, or this robot specifically, is known as the Patrol Rover. So the Patrol Rover is one of three zookeeping robots that my group and I have come up with, and the main purpose for it is simply to monitor. What makes it different from a camera, or a camera that's set in place rather, is that it not only monitors the temperature and humidity of the environment, but it is also able to move and be able to relocate based on wherever the zookeepers need it. This will not only help them in seeing how certain animals are doing, maybe they're injured or they're sick, and wild dogs specifically are known to be a little more aggressive when they're in pain or when they're in bad health. So going through the circuit, what we're using is an Arduino Uno R3 as the main controller. We are using an IR remote and sensor combo to control the actual functions for the movement, which are controlled by two DC motors. Originally, the design only had one, but I felt as though that wasn't going to give the robot enough power to be able to move and be able to evade the animals if need be. And as you can see here, we have two temperature sensors. They perform the same task, monitoring the humidity, which in this instance, unfortunately, is going to be a static value because Tinkercad does not have a humidity sensor. But they are wired in parallel, simply because even though on the actual robot itself, they'll be on opposite ends of each other, but they are going to be performing the same task, and one will actually work as a failsafe for the other. So if one goes down, the temperature and humidity level can still be monitored. Here we have a green LED which is connected to the temperature sensor as a controller, and the main purpose for this is that once the LEDs, the lights will become emitted once the temperature is at an acceptable value, it'll be green. If it's exceeded the acceptable limits, it will be red. Or if it's not at the preferred value, but it is within limits, they will both turn on. And here we have a multimeter just to track the voltage, and then of course the battery as our power supply. And unfortunately, this ambient light sensor does not do much for the circuit. However, that is wired in just to simulate our camera. So as you can see here, this is the code, and we do have it separated: motor control, temperature, LED, and humidity. And then of course you have the setup. So now let's click the serial monitor and go ahead and test this. So as you can see here, we are reading the temperature initially, and then it'll read the humidity level and the temperature. As I said, and as you can see here in the code, the static value of the humidity is 25%. That's unfortunate just because there is no humidity sensor, so we cannot change that. However, we can change the temperature. So let's go on sensor 1, which is this top sensor. And here, as you can see, we can increase and decrease it, and the lights will turn on. So now, moving forward with the movement, if you press the volume plus, that is your forward. You can see both gears moving in the same direction. Stop it. Reverse. They're moving in the opposite direction. And then here, this top one will actually control the direction. So if you press the right skip, the robot will be moving, or this top motor will be moving clockwise, while the bottom one moves counterclockwise. And then if you press the left or the left skip, then the top motor will be moving counterclockwise, while the bottom motor moves clockwise. And so that is the circuit that we have today. Thank you.